Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Leong, and in this video I'm going to talk about topic 1.1 from AP Statistics, and that would be introducing statistics. What can we learn from data? All right, so the learning objective for this topic is to identify questions that can be answered based on variation in one variable data. So variation is based off of the word variety, and variety means that there are differences. So we can go to like the ice cream store and see that there's a variety of flavors that we can pick from. We can look at the students at a school and see a wide variety of different ages represented, different races being represented. And so when we talk about variety, we're just talking about the fact that, things in the world around us differ. So let's talk about statistical questions and how they differ from non-statistical questions. So a statistical question is one that can be answered by collecting data where there's going to be variability in that data. Right? So the things that we're recording are not going to be the same number over and over and over again, but we expect to record different numbers, or we expect to record different responses. 2020 is an election year. So there's going to be a lot of polls happening in the next few months. And we don't expect every single person to say they're going to vote for the same candidate. We expect different responses depending on the people that we poll. Right. So as a quick example, let's take a look at this list of questions and try to pick out which ones are statistical questions. So the first one says, how many days are in March? Well, it's a fact that March has 31 days. And it always has 31 days. It never changes. So there would be no variability in the data I record for that question. It's just always going to be 31. So that's not a statistical question. How old is your dog? Okay. So this question is very specific. It's about a one single dog. And so the answer will just be one single number. Okay. There's no variety in answers that we're going to get. The third question is similar to the previous one, but you'll notice now that the word dog has been pluralized. So on average, how old are the dogs that live on this street? So now we know that there's going to be multiple dogs, and we're going to be recording multiple pieces of data, and we expect those measurements to differ. There's probably going to be some young dogs that live on the street and some older dogs. So here is an example where the data we collect is going to have some variety in it. So that is a statistical question. What proportion of students at your school like watermelons? So again, we're asking this question about a group of individuals, not about a single individual. And so since we're going to collect data from a group of individuals, we expect the responses to differ. Some people may like watermelon, some people may not like watermelon. So we're going to have data that has variety in it, variability. Now, do you like watermelons? Okay. Now, this is not a question of a group. It's a question about a single person. And so we are only expect to get one answer and one answer only. Okay, so there's not going to be any variability in the data we collect there. How many bricks are in this wall? Well, again, the word wall is singular. So we expect to get one measurement, one recording. Okay. So there will be no variability in the data we collect. What was the temperature at noon today at City Hall? So again, this question is very specific. It's about a specific place at a specific time. Okay, so there's only going to be one answer. Okay. Now, if we had taken measurements throughout the day, right, then we would have variability in the data. Or if we were to take these measurements at different places, not just City Hall, but maybe downtown, uptown, whatever, we would get different measurements, okay? But because it's specifically at one place at one time, there's only one measurement. So to summarize, a statistical question is usually about a group of individuals in which we expect the measurements or responses to be different. So of all these questions, right, it's only the third and fourth that are about a group, right? Dogs is plural and students is plural. Everything else is singular, okay? March is one single month. Your dog is just one specific dog. Do you, like watermelons, you is one specific person, this wall, singular, city hall, specific time, very specific. Okay. All right, so the last thing I want to touch on is these two words in the statistical questions, average and proportion. Okay. So in AP Stats, a lot of the statistical questions that we hope to answer have to do with these two things, averaging and proportions. Okay. So a proportion is similar to a percentage. Right? So we could interchange the two words and the question would read just the same. Right? What percentage of students at your school, like watermelons, is the exact same thing. All right. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in future ones.